Hey, y'all, I gotta share this with y'all. I came from church and I'll show y'all what I had on. I mean, I ain't got it on it right now, but I had this plaid dress on. This plaid dress on, and this petticoat right here, and this plaid 50 swing dress on, and I had this red head wrap on, and these red shoes and some white tights. These red sneakers on. I had that. That was my outfit today. What they say, outfit for the day. Yeah. And I came for a church, and y'all know what happened to me, but with the neighbor raping me and all that 3 Saturdays ago, right? I'm still pressing my way, walking through the neighborhood, pressing my way, going to church, right? And this dude said, "You look like an angel." Caught me off guard, y'all. I said, "I don't feel like it." And then he said it a second time, right? Older guy, looked like he was like in his 70s or 60s. And he said, "You got your red on, your red this and that, your red shoes and your red a hat on, and you look like an angel." He looked at me dead in my eye. Like I said what I said and leave it alone. I went home and I thought about it. I thought about what the preacher was preaching about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and how they was in the fire, and how King Nebuchadnezzar turned the furnace up 7 times hotter, and how they was walking in the fire, and the God Himself went in the fire, and Nebuchadnezzar looked in, and it was 4 of them, and they was walking in the fire, and how they got out and didn't even smell like smoke. wasn't they wasn't burned out. And I thought about that. I said, that's what that guy, God used. Hallelujah. Hey, hallelujah. God used God used that man to speak life, to speak what he saw, and to say what he saw. Y'all, oh, oh my God. Y'all, then I bumped into, earlier today, as I got out of church, I bumped into uh, another former member, right? And he said, "Hey," he's in a wheelchair. He said, hey, Chris, hey, he called me Chrissy. You don't call me Chris, he called me Chris, he called me Chrissy. And I ain't like it, but now I don't correct him no more. He called me Chrissy. And I told him what happened. And immediately he said, "What?" He said, "I can imagine how that feel, your soul feel." He ain't say, well, I'm trying to figure out how you let him in, why you let him in your house. First thing came out his mouth was, "I'm sorry to hear that, and your soul must be hurt," right? He said, "In your space, in your home, in your space." And I gave him, told him in detail what happened. And I said, "I had a stroke last year." He said, "No." I said, "You remember I had the heart surgery?" He said, "Yeah." And I described to the letter what happened. He said it don't matter. It was a man or female. That's why I tell my daughter, be careful, because people's minds, you thinking the right thing, but they not. Their mind is planning and plotting and scheming what they gonna do to you, how they gonna burglarize, how they gonna attack, how they gonna do what they gonna do to you, y'all. But fast forward, that guy, said, "You look like an angel." You know what? That could be like, like Touched by Angel TV show I've been watching. I've been watching it on, I think it's on Netflix. Netflix. Well, anyway, I've been watching Touched by Angel TV series. And Tess and Monica be on it. And they look like human beings. But when they appear, they say, "Fear not." And then they light up. They got the glow around them. Like the last, "You got that glow." And got, and they shining. That's probably what that guy was saying. Oh my God, y'all. Y'all, it pays. Keep on pressing. Then this morning, I got up early this morning, about 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning, I set my alarm clock to get up again, to watch Morning Star Baptist Church. Their service started at 7:15. So I watched their service, and the female elder was preaching about the woman with the issue of blood. Man, boy, did she, oh my God. Oh my God, Jesus, 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 Jesus. Ooh, y'all. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Y'all. Oh, y'all. It pays. She was putting emphasis on the difference between pressing and pushing your way through, pushing and pressing. He said, it's a difference. She was explaining. Y'all watch that. Watch the daily service at Morning Star Baptist Church. Watch the 7:15 service. Y'all, it pays to keep on pressing. Keep on pressing. Keep on pressing your way through. Y'all. Yeah. Despite the devil he really thought he could use my neighbor. First he tried to use a female neighbor last year. Then she got evicted from the premises. Then he turned around and used another neighbor. He used a man neighbor. Said, okay, that didn't work, so I'm going to sit the same demon, different body. Y'all, I'm going to catch her off guard. I'm going to catch Crystal off guard because I know she got a kind heart. Y'all. It's like they said, it don't matter. It don't matter you letting them in there. You didn't think that that's what they was going to do. That wasn't your fault. That's them. And he said some scripture, I forgot what it was, but he would say how the words say that people's minds, their minds ain't right. Y'all, okay. It don't matter, man or woman. Y'all. Oh my God. That guy said, you an angel. You look like an angel. And I could tell the guy was kind of, he was older guy, but he looked like he was like they got on Touched by Angel. He looked like he was slow, you know, like special needs or a little bit slow. But he said, "You look like an angel, y'all." You can feel on the inside. You moving around and you feel beat up. You feel violated. That happened to me 3 weeks ago, and I still go up and down. I still my soul is still going up and down. It still feel violated. I'm washing, bathing, you know, the trauma of it. Going to church, getting the word, God talking. I mean, He's speaking through these people. Y'all, okay. You an angel. Oh, you ain't. I don't feel like it. Then he looked at me in my eye, said, no, you got the red hat on and red shoes. No, you an angel. You look like an angel. I ain't say nothing else, y'all. Okay. Y'all, while you in the valley, you still in the valley. Y'all, while you still pressing through. While you still pressing. It could be your own children, your own spouse, your family members, your fake family members, But why? I'm trying to figure out why. Why? Why you ain't talk to me? You know what? That's how you know. Just like Brother Nate said, you know the fake ones and the real ones. The real ones that's of God, they're looking out for your best interest. They really, truly love you. They really, really love you. They really concerned about you, about your soul. They got the Spirit of God. When you going through that share, when you going through that fiery furnace, you're going 7 times harder, and you going through that refiner's fire. You going through that process. You know the ones that got the Spirit of God. That truly love you, y'all, and truly concerned. Because I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't even, when I saw Brother Nate in the wheelchair and he said, Chrissy, I'm walking down the street from Tropical Smoothie, and he said, where you came from? And I told him, and then he said, give me a hug. With something that he always did. Even when I had this heart surgery, he would pray for me in the middle of the street while he was in the wheelchair. Okay. In the middle of the sidewalk. Y'all. And then when I told him that I told the pastor that I was raped, and then they said, did he call you? Did he I said, no. And he gave me that look like, I said, And then they said, you know what? That's where I stopped going. I stopped going there. And last time you saw me, I was visiting there. I said, you know what? That's the same thing that I'm doing. I'm leaving. I done left and went to another fellowship. y'all, but you know what? You gotta keep on. Even my son's father, he called me back, and he apologized. I guess the Holy Ghost, guess God talked to him. So you know that was down on rude. You asking her questions, asking her questions. Did you fight? Did you fight him? You know, was the door locked? Did you let him? Did you let him in? The same dumb questions that my daughter asked. And then he called me back and said, you know what? You can stop by here. You know, I'm sorry for how I responded. Y'all, 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 y'all. Y'all, 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 y'all. Anyway, I had to leave that word with y'all. Yup. What's this? We are standing on holy ground, and I know that there are angels all around. Let us praise Jesus now. We are standing in his presence on holy ground. Love lifted me. Love lifted me when nothing else could help. Love lifted me. He could have let me drown. He could have let me drown. He could have let me drown. But instead, he took me in. I was sinking in a sea of sin and shame. Jesus found me and he changed my name. He could have let me drown. He could have let me drown. He could have let me drown. But instead, he took me in. Love lifted me. God's love lifted me when nothing else could help. Love lifted me. His arms are open wide. God's arms are open wide. You may not be able to see what he's doing so faithfully. He promised he would. He promised he would supply all of my needs. What's another song Yvonne Lisa taught me? What's another song? Oh, I say yes, Lord, yes, to your will and to your way. I say yes, Lord, yes. I will trust you and obey when your spirit speaks to me. With my whole heart I'll agree, and my answer will be yes, Lord, yes. Another day that the Lord has kept me. Another day that the Lord has kept me. He's kept me from all evil. With my mind stay on Jesus. It's another day that the Lord has sure enough kept me. Y'all. My God, He's well able. My God is able to deliver me. My God is able to deliver me. My God, I serve continually. He is able to deliver me. Oh, what a mighty God I serve. What a mighty God I serve. Don't you know the angels bow before him and heaven and earth adore him? What a mighty God I serve. Hey, y'all. Bless him.